Well, there's a battle looming at about 4 o'clock this afternoon in some houses in this city. Once the school day is done, a tantrum begins. And to help us better understand this emotional release, how we can navigate it, we welcome registered psychologist and the founder of the Institute for Child Psychology, Tania Johnson. Tania, thanks so much for being here. Why is this such a volatile time of the day?
Kent, I think houses all over feel it. We felt it. I remember my little one, she would collapse 3 times between the bus stop and home, and it's super close. And I was like, what is happening to my little girl? What's happening here? So it's super common. The way I like to often think about it is our kids are almost like a little soda can, and they move through their day, and it's just this pressure building and building and building, but there's nowhere to actually release that pressure. So little things like, who am I going to play with at recess? What am I going to do about the monkey bars? Little things like that. It builds and builds and builds. And then they get home and there's mom, there's dad, there's a safe person in their safe place, and their tab is pulled. And we see that release, which often looks like a tantrum, but sometimes it's actually more of a withdrawal from kiddos. So we're looking for different things, but it's actually really good because it's a release of all of that stress. I worry more when kids keep it in. So I want parents, first of all, to know this is actually a good thing.
Okay.
Yes.
So for those who are hearing this is a good thing, but still have to deal with everything coming at them, what is your advice to try to navigate through that?
Okay, so first of all is don't be punitive. I think when we look for the reason underneath the behavior, we often respond far more compassionately instead of saying, get to your room, that's enough, we're not having any of that behavior here. So slow down, step back, and think about what's actually going on. Much later, come back to your kiddo and say, hey, I've noticed you're really struggling. Like, what are your ideas? What could we do to make it better? That's how we're nurturing some of those executive functioning skills. But in the moment, what's really happening here is there's been far too many expectations, stresses. They've had no control over their day. So we want to step back, and we want to give them a little bit of control when they get home. Give them space to play, to move, to draw, to listen to some music, maybe. Stay away from those screens, super tempting, but often we're just delaying the meltdown, so stay away from those screens with our children. Don't ask them too many questions. How was school? Who did you play with? What did your teacher say? Take the lead from them, step back. You can ask them those questions later. A little bit of connection in the morning works beautifully. So just 5 minutes, we're not asking for anything crazy. 5 minutes of just really present, connected time to fill their cup. During the day, too, they need to know that even though we're apart, we're still together. So we can do little things like leave a little note in their lunchbox. My family, for the start of school, all wore little bracelets. It was, we're all together, even though we're apart. And I think the biggest thing for parents to remember is don't personalize it. Remember, my child is having a hard time. They're not giving me a hard time.
Okay, that is very important advice. Really quickly before you go,
Yeah.
It's also a tough time of the day for parents often because they're coming home from work. Similar kind of stress. What would your advice navigating that side where you're already kind of up here in your emotions?
You know what's so beautiful is that when we let kids know, mom feels the same way, dad feels the same way, we're all human. I also want to just kind of melt down sometimes, even if I can't, I also want to melt down. So talk about it as a family and say, actually, we're all human, we're all messy, we all feel the same way. What do we all need? Maybe mom needs a little bit of time, maybe dad needs a little bit of time. As much as possible, we just want to give everybody space. I know when they're younger, it's a little bit harder. As they get older, it gives us more space. But start talking about it and talk about the fact that we're all human and we're all experiencing exactly what they're experiencing, but expressing it differently.
I feel much better already. Tania, thanks so much for being here. If you'd like to learn more, you can visit instituteofchildpsychology.com.